Yep, that's you. People probably wondering how you ended up in this situation. Well, let's rewind a bit to see how you got here. You were born in North America, slipping quietly into life. You can't see, you can't hear, and you barely understand what's going on. But there's no time to waste, because all around you are over 25 other siblings, wriggling and climbing, desperately trying to reach the pouch. Because inside that pouch there are only 13 milk spots, so you use your stubby little arms to climb as fast as you can. Some lose their grip and fall off, others run out of strength halfway through, but you keep going until you surpass your siblings and reach your mother's pouch. Without hesitation, you latch onto one of the milk spots, securing your own survival. Eventually, some of your siblings make it too, so the milk spots swell up, helping all of you stay firmly attached for the next 2 months. During that time, you grow from the size of a honeybee to something closer to a small mouse, but it's also getting cramped in here. So she reaches in and gently starts pulling each of you out. Your time inside the pouch is officially over. But you're still too weak for the outside world, so your mom stays close, rarely leaving the den unless she has to. When she does venture out, she only scavenges nearby, eating whatever she finds right then and there. It's also a time for you and your siblings to get familiar with the surrounding area. So you use this time to take note of the landmarks, the scents, and the sounds that define your new home. After a successful day of scavenging, your mother returns. You all rush to greet her, hoping she brought back something to eat. But she never brings back any food. Whatever she found, she ate right on the spot. So, instead, you all take turns, climbing back into the pouch to nurse. A couple of days pass, and now you and your siblings are starting to get used to your surroundings. But the nearby food is running low. The bugs have scattered, the berries are picked clean, and the best scraps are all gone. Sensing the change, your mother lets out a raspy call. It's time for your first adventure. So one by one, you all climb onto her back, clinging tightly to her fur with your tiny paws. And just like that, you're off. The first journey is terrifying. The world is massive and full of smells you've never imagined. Your mother moves cautiously, sniffing the air and pausing at every sound. And that's when it hits you. Danger is everywhere. Hawks above, snakes below, and the presence of something hungry just out of sight. She stops occasionally to sniff at rotten logs or dig through piles of leaves, looking for insects or fruit. Meanwhile, you and your siblings watch closely. This is your first real lesson in survival: where to look for food, what to eat, and who to avoid. After what feels like forever, your mother finally returns. It was your first real journey into the world, and even though you didn't do much, you've already learned a lot. A couple of days pass and your mother is ready to venture out again. Food is still scarce, and with all of you growing fast, she has to search farther than before. At first, everything feels familiar, the gentle sway of her walk, the trees brushing overhead. But then, one of your siblings loses their grip, falling off in the middle of nowhere. The fallen sibling calling out for his mother, so she stops for a moment, looks back, then turns and keeps walking. It's brutal but necessary. There are too many of you to carry, and the hardest choice requires the strongest will. As for your sibling, in a forest full of hungry eyes, an easy meal like this never goes unnoticed. 2 months later, and you grow into a recognizable size, but something else has changed too. You start to notice that there are fewer of you now. The playful siblings you once clung to is now smaller. Your mother still takes you out to forage, but this time you're expected to walk. No more riding on her back. Now you have to keep up on your own legs. You sniff the ground, turn over leaves, and mimic everything she does. You already know what to eat and where to find it, but this time you finally get to taste it for yourself. One morning, you wake up and realize that your mother is gone, leaving you and one other sibling behind. You decide to wait inside the den for a day, but she never comes back. So with an empty stomach and no sign of your mother, you both agree that it's time to leave this place and never come back. This is your new life now. You're completely on your own, surviving without assistance. Luckily, you've memorized everything your mother did. Now it's your turn to do the same. You sniff the air. There's a sweet scent coming from beneath a nearby tree. So you begin weaving through tree roots in the damp dirt until you see them. Glistening worms wriggling just beneath the soil's surface. Since you haven't eaten anything in almost a day, you lunge forward to grab the worm. It's quite delicious, but you never eat without watching your back. Even a snap of a twig can cause you to abandon your meal. It's always better to be safe than sorry, because out there, creatures like snakes, hawks, and foxes would love to make a meal out of you. They're all faster, stronger, and even smarter than you. You get so scared that your body completely freezes. You drop flat against the ground, playing dead. But just lying there isn't enough. So you release a revolting odor to sell the act. The smell is so bad that most predators don't even bother coming close. Once the predators are all gone, you get back up and carry on with your life. It's been a stressful day, so you decide to find a safe place to rest. The forest is growing darker, and even though you're a nocturnal animal, you still need a secure place to hide. After a bit of searching, you find a hollow tree stump nearby. It's not ideal, but it'll do for a night or two. It's also time to shift your survival strategy. Hunting at night is smarter. It helps you avoid predators and saves energy during foraging. Plus, your eyes are specially adapted for low-light conditions, giving you the edge after sunset. And during the day, you seek out places such as tree hollows, rock crevices, or burrows to hide in. Thankfully, you're the most adaptable animal in the forest, so any place is fine as long as it is hidden from predators. A couple of weeks pass and you've settled into your routine, sleep through the daylight, forage in the dark. But survival is never that easy. Food is growing scarce again, and that night you return to your stump empty-handed. By morning, you've made up your mind. It's risky, but you're going to scavenge during daylight. You move from bush to bush, every step feeling like you're being watched, but hunger has a way of silencing fear. So you search far and wide, until suddenly you stumble upon a small clutch of eggs. But just as you're inspecting them, a sudden rustle makes you freeze. Behind you, a protective viper hissing and ready to strike. You get so scared that you instinctively play dead, hoping the viper will leave you alone. Most of the time, this would work, but lying next to her eggs only makes her angrier. So the viper lunges in and bites you. Her venom is powerful enough to kill even the top predators in this forest. And you think that you're about to meet the same fate. But then nothing happens. Thanks to a special protein in your body, you're immune to almost all types of venom. So you use this chance to escape while also taking the eggs with you. Back at your den, you feast on your stolen meal, savoring every last bite. But you know it won't last. The food around here is running out, and predators are becoming more active. So when morning comes, it's time to leave this place for good. You travel for days, through dense undergrowth, across rivers, and under fallen logs. Some nights you find half-eaten berries or a small beetle beneath a leaf, but most of the time, your stomach stays painfully empty. Then one morning, while searching for food, a sweet scent catches your attention. So you follow it with your twitching nose, crossing into strange territory, until you find it, a tall-looking object with a lid barely open. You try to climb in, but your weight tips it over, spilling its contents. It's overflowing with strange foods you've never seen before. You feast like never before, stuffing your cheeks until they can hold no more. The next day you return and the miracle repeats. New food and plenty of it. And the best part? There are almost no predators. Sure, every now and then a human shows up and chases you off, but they seem rather slower than any predators that you've seen. So you find a quiet place nearby and settle down. And as long as the food keeps coming, you have no reason to leave. Another couple of months pass and you've grown into a strong, capable opossum. With food now secure, it's time to find a mate. You begin to expand your territory, searching farther and wider than ever before. Along the way, you mark your presence by grunting loudly and leaving traces of urine. But that also means you're likely to encounter another male opossum with the same idea. When the two of you cross paths, it turns into a tense standoff. But thanks to all the food you've been eating, you've grown stronger and more confident. Your presence is so intimidating that the other male backs down and retreats from your territory. With that out of the way, you continue your search. You wander aimlessly until a certain scent captivates you, so you follow it through the underbrush. Eventually you find her, cautious but curious. You stand there awkwardly for a moment, and then she allows you to come closer. The whole encounter is quick and quiet, and after that you two go your own way. But that doesn't mean your work here is over. You immediately go searching for another female, and repeat that process about 4 more times. Once the season ends, your work is finally complete. But don't forget, you'll have to do it all over again in a few months. So for the time being, you return to your favorite neighborhood and focus on regaining your strength. A year later, it's time to do your job again. But now you're older and your strength isn't what it used to be, so it's hard to compete with younger and stronger guy, and you end up losing every encounter. So you abandon your usual territory and search for a mate elsewhere. Then one fateful day, while following the scent of a potential mate, you come across an empty road. Everything seems quiet and safe, so you use this chance to dash across. But out of nowhere, something rushes toward you at a speed you've never seen. You have all the time in the world to get out of the way, but your instinct kicks in. You play possum right in the middle of the road.